She raised her glass before she looked at me. That was the first cut. The room smelled like vanilla frosting and expensive perfume. Candlelight bounced off crystal glasses. Friends, family, cameras out. And then she smiled at him. Not a long smile. Not an obvious one. Just enough. Thank you, she said, voice sweet, practiced. For always being there for me. For everything you do. Applause followed, confused, polite. I felt my pulse slow instead of spike. That's when I knew something inside me had changed. I was standing 3 feet away. Her husband. The man who paid for the party. The man holding the small velvet box that hadn't been opened yet. She didn't thank me. I left before the cake was cut. I picked up my coat, took the gift from the table. No scene, no goodbye. Just the quiet sound of a decision locking into place. I used to believe love was built in moments. Turns out betrayal is built the same way. We met when life was simple. Coffee dates, late walks, shared playlists. She looked at me like I was the safest place in the world. I trusted that look, built a life around it. Marriage wasn't fireworks. It was structure, plans, sacrifice. I was steady, reliable. The kind of man people assume will always be there. And I was, until I realized I was the only one. The change didn't arrive loudly. It never does. She guarded her phone, smiled at messages she wouldn't explain, started thanking people who weren't me. I told myself I was imagining it. That's what love does. It defends lies before it questions truth. Then I saw the calendar invite. Private dinner. His name, recurring. No confrontation. No shouting. I didn't need confession. I needed confirmation. I watched, quietly, tracked timelines, matched absences. Screenshots don't lie, but patterns scream. And when I finally read the message that said, I feel more understood with you, something in me went cold and clean. That's when emotion stepped aside. I didn't rage. I didn't beg. I planned. I met with a lawyer before I met with her. Learned the rules. Learned where silence mattered more than anger. I moved money carefully. Documented everything. Backed up what I needed and erased what I didn't. I became polite, predictable, boring. She mistook my calm for ignorance. That was her last mistake. The party was her stage. I let her have it. Let her thank her hero. Let everyone see who mattered to her when she thought I wasn't watching. What she didn't know was that the gift wasn't jewelry. It was timing. The velvet box held a key. To a car she didn't know was no longer in her name. The receipt was already voided. The return processed an hour after I left. By morning, the joint accounts were frozen. Not emptied. Just frozen, clean, legal, temporary. By noon, the lawyer had served papers. At work, quietly. By evening, she was calling. Over and over. I didn't answer. I watched the phone light up like a confession. When we finally spoke, it was in a neutral room. No witnesses. No applause. You embarrassed me, she said. I almost laughed. You thanked another man for my marriage, I replied. Publicly. She tried denial first. Then tears. Then blame. The usual script. I let her run it. I was already ahead of the ending. When she realized what I'd done, what she'd lost, the silence. Stretched, heavy, real. He wasn't there to save her. He never is when consequences show up. I didn't take revenge with destruction. I took it with precision. I walked away with my dignity intact. My future funded. My truth documented. Her reputation stayed clean. That was my mercy. But she lost control of the narrative. And control was the only thing she ever loved. Now, when I think back to that night, I don't remember the applause, or the candles, or her smile. I remember the weight of the gift in my hand as I walked out, and how light I felt once I let it go. Betrayal taught me something love never did. Silence, when timed correctly, is louder than any accusation. She thanked the wrong man. And I finally thanked myself.